Hi, my name's Donnie Buckman, and this is some drone footage that I'm collecting for part of my project. The video in this project is specifically oriented towards educational purposes. It is something that I've been studying for some time now. Early in this video, as you can see, there is a plume of dust that's rising up in the field just about the center of the screen left. We'll investigate that a little closer, but what you're seeing there is one of the industrial ag tractors that are used on the fields in this Salinas Valley. And this is the Salinas Valley facing about southeast, south by southeast. These fields that you see here are not soil. You're not actually looking at soil here. This is hydroponic medium. By that I mean that the soil itself, or the medium, the dirt that's on the ground, is completely sterile, or as sterile as humanly possible. And in addition to being sterile, it is well, you can't grow food in sterile soil. But as you see, there is some green down there. But like down below here, you see the gray? That's the actual color of the soil once it's been sterilized. Now, we don't have an autoclave here to sterilize every square foot of soil, but over the last 100 years, the farmers of the Salinas Valley have succeeded in accomplishing that. These two white tanks that we're looking at here, those are the nutrient tanks. The white building is the pump house. And so what I mean by hydroponic is that when these fields in the surrounding area are irrigated from this pump, the nutrients are flowing directly into the water flow. So you are getting an absolutely hydroponic, a true hydroponic effect that's happening on these fields. In the Salinas Valley, you might, if you don't know of the Salinas Valley, it is some of the most arable land on Earth. The crops have been grown here extensively for about 100 years. I'm not certain how far the irrigation system goes from that pump house I showed you earlier. There's a lot of underground irrigation pipe that's been laid out over the decades in these fields. This is the height of growing season. It is currently July 15th, and you just saw a huge swath of completely bare land. I do not have an explanation for why all of these fields are not planted at this time. It is potentially the cost of fuel. Coming up below us now is the park where I will be beginning my next shoot from. This video was saved from my device I lost the original footage. This is only the second flight for my DJI Mini 2. What we're looking at here, this is the Salinas River. This project, the main goal of this project is to record or scan the entire Salinas River from Greenfield, actually a little south of Greenfield, which is to the right of this location, and all the way to the Monterey Bay, which is to the left of this video location. You can see the sand in the left side, and we're moving towards it. That sand is the Salinas River. Now, this being the most arable land, some of the most arable land on Earth, it is curious, and it should be to any ecologically minded folks watching this, that there's no large trees or foliage around the river. This is not feasible ecologically, but yet it is the way that the farmers have done it here for many years. As you can see, there is a large amount of unplanted farmland here. Just below us in this park is where I like to drive my RC cars. Just in the center, about a little to the left of the center, is the tractor that we saw. When I first saw the tractor, I thought it was doing what many of the farmers around here do, which is tilling tilled soil. They will till their soil in upwards of 4 to 5 times between plantings. These fields are regularly sprayed aerially from helicopter. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's actually turf that we just flew over that's below us now. But everything ahead, from here all the way to the other side of the valley, which is on the other side of Greenfield, that little town ahead of us, is all farm ag. It's all edible or drinkable. On the other side, there are many wine vineyards. We will not be investigating those vineyards at all in this video. As I stated, I will be flying over the Salinas River. The Salinas River has hydrated me, or provided tap water for me, for my entire life. Greenfield here is about 35 miles south of Salinas. It's the farthest I've ever lived from Salinas in my life. I was born and raised in Salinas. I hiked and camped on the Salinas River, so I know when I look out and showed you earlier how the river is defoliated, that has not been the case historically. So these are new, as in the last 20 years, changes that have been made to the ecosystem here. This field is coming up below us now. As you see, it has a grayish color. This is a freshly irrigated field. Not what you would expect, but from the air you can actually see how sterile and the soil is down here. So this soil undoubtedly is being treated with nutrient during irrigation as well. I've not located the tanks for that one, but it's pretty certain that at this point all of the fields that we'll be seeing on our trip will be fully sterilized.